Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a speed VOD review. What does that mean? We're just going to be going over about 3-4 rounds, right? Get it done as quick as possible. Try to give you something to work with, right? And yada 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 yada, right? So we are currently VOD reviewing our boy Northridge on the Omen, right? So I'm going to do my best at to give him the information he needs for Omen, right? So we are on Ascent, you're playing Omen, playing with the homies, it seems, right? So I know you have communication. It is the first round. So when I think of buys, you have two people with a flash. Your Reyna probably won't go flash. So you have somebody who has a flash that they can use over and over again, right? If I'm you this round, I'm probably buying 2 smokes, light armor, staying on the classic, and buying my shrouded steps. I'm not worrying about buying my flash because my teammates have a flash. If you really want to, you can buy one, but I don't think you need to, right? So, but like I said, I would just go with shield, smokes, yada yada. So the smokes you should be throwing should be for market, CT, to cut off their fast rotations. You don't have to put it on the floor. The green arrow will show you where it lands. Just throw it, alright? I want these to be fast. The round has already started. These smokes you should be tossing these smokes already, right? I want you to toss these smokes so that you could already be with your team, fighting. Because you throwing these smokes slow, all it does is make your team push slower. So, you guys, you pop your flash, right? You accidentally flash your teammate, and then you go out through lane. And then you, like, hesitate instead of taking sight. And this is going to get you killed here. So, to correct this, right? This is Valor Plant, right? So, right before the round starts, I want you to have a pre-smoke ready there. Round starts, throw your smoke, walk up. Your gecko should flash here, right? Walk up. If you really wanted to throw your flash like this, by all means, go ahead, but throw it before they walk out, right? Because it's going to last for a few seconds. Throw it then, right? And then you can fat follow your team in. But don't throw it as they're walking out, right? But these smokes should come up pretty instantly, right? And then you don't have to rush onto site, especially because if you don't have bomb, you're not planting. You can kind of just chill, right? Like I know, like you know, everybody wants to run at the same time, but since you're like a support character, you don't necessarily have to just sprint out. So if you want to sit back for a little bit, right? You just flash this. Teammates are walking out here. If you got 2 teammates going out there, you want to hold stairs maybe, or you want to get into a weird angle like here, and watch this. That's fine, right? You don't have to rush onto site with the rest of your team, because what's the point of having 5 people on site and then they're retaking and they don't, you know, like there's no threats from any angles, right? So you don't have to just rush on like that. Alright, so now this is an eco round, which means that you guys have worse guns, so let's see how you're going to play this. If I'm you bought full utility. I don't really think you need this flash. I would have just stick with the 2 smokes. You have 1 TP left. I would just stick with that. I don't think you need to buy your flash again. You're wasting monies, so I would just stick like this. And then the play that I would look for my eco, I'd have my gecko flash early to give a space. I'd give gecko the bomb as well. And then the smokes that I'm looking for here are going to be tree on top of the gen, right? And if they smoke you out here, you can use this smoke to stand here to teleport into this smoke, and then from there you're gonna wait in that smoke when your team comes out, right? You can use the minimap to see where the enemies are, and you can try to drop on them and get cool kills, right? Obviously, if there's no smoke here, this TP play may not be the best. So I would hold this smoke, right? I would not throw this out unless they give you a smoke. If they don't, I would just say hold on to it. Yeah, I would just hold on to it probably, or I would give us a flood smoke, right? Which would look like this. So if they smoke you off, you could do this smoke. If not, you can give yourself a flood smoke like this, or even maybe like a little farther out, right? And then what this smoke allows is for your teammates to do this, right? You can come out from so many different angles, right? The reason why I don't want you to like smoke heaven or something like that is because they can play with long range guns in angles that you really can't contest, and they can get a pick and get out. So it's best to just give yourself a weird smoke, right? That'll allow you to play really weird. But typically what will happen is once they go, they're A, they'll smoke you off, which will give you the opportunity to make the play here. You guys slow peek this when you're on pistols, get your one tap. At this point they know you're there. I would just kind of go. You flash that person off the angle, but they can re-aggress off the flash. Boom. So you see, like with the mini map, you can see that you have an enemy here, here, here. So that smoke doesn't do anything because two of them still have guns and they have the LOS on you, right? So it'd be better to do that flood smoke that we talked about. So at this point here, yeah, this is round. So now we should be on a gun round. Honestly, I think Shrouded Steps like 2 something. I would sell one of your Shrouded Steps so that you can get full armor and a gun. The reason you can't get it is because you have completely full util. The only util that you 100% need is your 2 smokes. It's nice if you have one of these, but you just need the smokes. You don't need these. So if you could sell one of these to get full armor and a gun, I'd do it. Because this is round 3. This is your gun round. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against the light armor rifle buy, but I only like that when they have rifles. If they have SMGs and stuff, you get less value. I like how you're using util though. So someone has to close the button, right? So you see how you have people that are filing lane. Somebody tucks here. Somebody has to go hit this button to close this door. And if no one's going to do it, it might as well be you. You know, just don't get stuck in the middle there. One thing that I can really commend here is that you're using your abilities, which is really good for your rank. Mr. Bronze. You know, you're using your abilities, and you're not using them in a terrible way. So yeah, but I would say there, firing out, if no one's going to hit the button, you need to be the one that hits the button. It's going to close that door, so then after your smoke clears, it'll basically be like a smoke that never goes away. They have to break it, right? And then from there, you can use your TP to get into this corner here, right? Just play weird. Or you can just kind of chill in the corner and button here while your team goes on site, right? Because now they have to clear you. Alright, so your notes for this VOD review. Number 1, line up your smokes pre-round, right? So your first smoke should already be ready to place before the round even starts. So as soon as the round starts, it's coming out of your hand, right? If it needs to be, especially on offense. The green arrow is going to show where the smoke will land, so you don't need to go ahead and put it on the ground. The green arrow is really useful for kind of lining up one-ways to make sure it's going to be a one-way. But for the most part, if you're throwing it anywhere else, you can kind of just use the silhouette of the smoke to line it up. You don't need to be super precise because that will tell you all you need to know. And yeah, don't take too long because the longer you sit there and wait, the longer your team has to wait to walk out. Right. Number 2, be mindful of the round conditions and how that will affect your smoke placement. A good example of this is going to be talking about when you guys are on an eco round, not to smoke too deep, because the goal of a smoke is to kind of change the battlefield and change the lines of sight. If they have long range weapons and there's a lot of long range sights you can't block off, the best bet is going to be giving yourself kind of passage through a choke. So now when you guys explode out of the smoke, there's no way they're going to be able to handle peeking 4 people at once, compared to you all funneling through a choke and you're getting sprayed and you're getting utility thrown at you, right? And then also learning proper economy, when to buy, when not to buy, and what to buy, right? As a controller player, you should always have 2 smokes, no ifs, ands, or buts, right? That is going to be your strongest utility and the reason why you're on that roll. As well as just understanding, you know, pistol round, what you're buying on pistol round. If you lose pistol round, you're on an eco round, right? You're probably going to lose that round, so you just need to save money, right? Or if you're on an anti-eco, which means you won the pistol round, buying guns that are going to be really good at eliminating targets with low shields and things like that. You know, just buying to your advantage to make sure you win that round, so that you can make sure going into that next round you'll be in a bonus. And then to piggyback off that, a bonus round is just keeping your anti-eco guns and making the best out of it for that round. And then after that, you can go into a rifle round. And then if you were to lose the pistol round, lose the eco round, that would be your rifle round, right? Without further ado, that's going to be a speed VOD review. Hopefully that will give you some tips and give you a little bit better understanding of what to do, especially in the early game. And you can allow that to translate into the further rounds. Peace out, take care, and I will see you in the next one.